Welcome in RTV6 following breaking news tonight. A police standoff that has ended with officers arresting the suspect in the shootings at the IMPD headquarters buildings and the murder in Zionsville. That scene playing out in the Peppermill Farms apartments near 42nd and Shadeland. Our team coverage is going to start tonight with RTV6's Rafael Sanchez. He's out there for us.
What a day here in the city's northeast side. The good news that considering the hundreds of people in harm's way, no one was injured. And as you mentioned, Melissa, someone now under arrest. That person, 21-year-old Damian Wilcoxon. He was arrested here around 4 o'clock, the man that held police at bay for more than 3 hours here in the city's northeast side. And now, as we first reported around 4:30 on the Now Indy, now we know who Wilcoxon is. He is a man who is now wanted in connection to the murder of 82-year-old John Clements in Zionsville, that in Boone County. The Boone County prosecutors say that he will be seeking a murder charge against Wilcoxon. We also now know at 5 o'clock that Wilcoxon is the main principal suspect in those two shootings of IMPD headquarters here in Indianapolis. The first one on October the 4th, in which police found 28 gun casings. And then on October the 13th, in the North District, where police found 7 casings. Investigators were able to tie all the casings to one gun. That gun, according to police, belonging to 21-year-old Damian Wilcoxon. He is in custody, and he's in a lot of trouble. He caused a lot of issues here on the city's northeast side today. My colleague, Call 6 Investigates Paris LaBelle, you were here from the very beginning as this standoff looked very dangerous. In fact, we were the line of fire because he was shooting at police at random.
That's right, Rafael. Multiple shots being fired at the police here today. While they were trying to do all this. Now, we know this morning detectives notified the police administration here, the brass, that they had a location on the suspect, and then they started setting up right about 1 o'clock. That's when that all started earlier today. They approached the home and then the actual apartment inside Peppermill Farms, and that's when he started firing shots at the police. So that's when the first shots were fired there. Now, police didn't return fire during this entire encounter. They did throw gas into the apartment at one point, but they checked with the doctor first to make sure a baby inside would be okay. Now, police said that a baby was inside this entire time during the entire incident while the man was firing shots at the police. Now, again, they threw gas inside, but that didn't make the suspect come out. Eventually, though, they were able to talk him down. Negotiators were able to talk him down, and he came out of the apartment with the baby in his arms. A very tense scene for police because they could have fired back. You asked the chief that just a little while ago about what he said.
And, of course, the police chief telling us, Troy Riggs here on RTV6, telling us specifically that it was all about restraint. They could have. They had the manpower, they had the firepower to end it quickly, but they were concerned about that young child. That child happens to be the suspect's son, Call 6 can now confirm. And they were worried about the child, they were worried about the suspect, they were worried about the hundreds of people who live in this community. They want no one to be injured. They didn't want their own officers to be injured. And Paris, you've been doing some digging already so far. What can you tell us about Damian Wilcoxon? We believe we know where he works.
Yeah, we do. He worked at Southeastern Hamilton County Schools. He actually worked for a company that did janitorial services for the school. So he actually did spend time with students there in the school, and they say through the investigative methods, police were able to determine that, and that actual car that he was driving was found at the school at certain points, and that's how they tied it together that he actually worked there. But it wasn't for the actual school district, Rafael. It was for a company that goes for the schools.
Paris, thank you so much. Paris LaBelle, Call 6 Investigates. I know you have more calls to make. We'll have much more at 5:30 on the news at 6. We want to point out that today this was a chaotic scene which caused schools to have to reroute buses, and traffic came to a standstill. We also now are learning more about that other situation, which is that Damian Wilcoxon is now also the chief suspect in the murder of an 82-year-old man in Zionsville in Boone County. Our team coverage continues with my colleague Chance Walser, who joins me here nearby with the very latest part of that story. Chance, what can you tell us? Chance, thank you so much. A very complicated story with so many different moving parts. But again, we just want to recap again that 21-year-old Damian Wilcoxon is now in custody. His little boy was taken safely from the scene. He will now possibly face a murder charge in Boone County in the death of John Clements, and now also will possibly face attempted murder charges for shooting at those Metro Police sub-district offices back on October the 4th and the 13th. This remains a very active police investigation now that the scene has been cleared. cleared. The standoff is over. As you can see behind me, the incident command vehicle is here because the police chief remains here. We expect to get another update in the next couple of minutes as this case continues to unfold here from the city's north side. You can count on our TV6 as we work for you to get you the very latest details on this ongoing situation. We are live on the city's northeast side. Rafael Sanchez, RTV6.
Developing situation there. Rafael, thank you for keeping us updated. We move to more breaking news for you right now. Another police standoff in Indianapolis and more on the Hillary Clinton emails. Candace Avila is tracking those stories at the live desk.
Melissa, this SWAT standoff happening at the same time as that one where Rafael is. It started with a home break.